I don't even know how to start this, I'll be honest. Yesterday we got the feature premiere of the gameplay. We got features like bear down pitching, big zone hitting, which you won't get any perfects out of it, which is good because it looked very OP, but a lot of blue hits, so I'm kind of concerned about that. Fixed zone hitting, a new depth of field setting, which I feel like is probably the most positive and useful thing I have gained out of that entire feature premiere. But that's not what I'm going to talk about today. Today I'm talking about the shrinkage. It's a little problem, but not really. Don't be fooled. Shrinkage doesn't mean it's good, doesn't mean it's great, it's just flat out terrible. So shrinkage is basically if an opponent throws a slider across the plate hitting the bottom right part of the plate, your PCI on a higher difficulty, higher than Hall of Fame, will get extremely small. And I'm just talking about, like, it literally will go from a baseball sized PCI to a penny sized PCI. You can be on it, you could definitely be on it, but you'll just be under it. And the only way you can execute that shrinkage is if you get a perfect, but even that doesn't help in some cases. So on yesterday, SDS did make a statement saying that they heard our feedback and all that stuff. I feel like the way that they kind of said it though was basically just like attacking the community for giving out constructive criticism. I wouldn't call it feedback, I would call it constructive criticism, because it is very constructive. It's analyzing the game from a bigger perspective, not just from one difficulty and not just from like one side of the room. It's literally like people that play beyond Hall of Fame and above. It's really bad. I'm not gonna lie. I'll post a clip right there of just me reacting to the statements that SDS kind of said.
Always, I mean, we're making this game for you guys. This game is for you. It's not for us. We're making it for you.
I haven't seen anything like
there's a lot
developing
of really good
or
constructive
new
criticism out there that we really enjoy reading. And like, you're not going to hurt our feelings. We appreciate it. Some people say stuff that doesn't really matter, and everybody knows there's trollers out there, and that's fine. That's not helpful. What's helpful is really understanding the game, giving good, solid feedback. And then that's what we look at and we make adjustments. Right?
Oh, they said they said
that.
that.
People talk about. There's one of the things I think they talk a lot about, which is the sliders away and shrinking your PCI.
We should bring up that PCI.
Did they say that whole? Did you just hear that? But yeah, that threw everybody off. Like you see the Twitch chat just like questioning, like what they really said that? Are you serious? They said that they looked at our feedback. They didn't listen. Blah blah blah. All that stuff. I mean, like I don't know who that is on the right side, but like, I felt like he was very passive aggressive with the comments. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, like it didn't feel like a good look. It just felt like he was tired. Like literally, like, I'm gonna rip off the band-aid. I felt like he was tired of our shit. I'm not gonna lie. And you know, I would be tired too. But it's the same thing year in, year out, and it's like, you know, they add something that we don't really want, but they change something that we don't really want. Oh yeah, they kind of changed something too. Apparently you can't pitch out of the windup in online games anymore. It's only from the stretch, and that's a default setting and you can't change it apparently. Why in the world would you take out a windup? A windup gives a pitcher their personality. It gives you time to at least get ready to swing, or to think about if you should swing or not. Okay, now I see the screenshot. Yeah, stretch only and head to head. Why would they do that? Why would you do that? That's okay, we're getting a bit sidetracked, but still, why would you take out the windup in online play? That doesn't make any sense. I understand you want the game to be quicker. It's already quick as it is. You can play a full 9 inning game in just around 30 to 40 minutes. That's still kind of quick. That's under an hour. I don't want to play a 9 inning game for 5 minutes. For that, I'll just play battle royale or events. It was something that did not need to get changed whatsoever. SDS also revealed a chart, a little diagram, a little graphic of the shrinkage. They basically just told us to make an adjustment, literally from their own mouths. They literally said to make an adjustment. So as you can see, the left side has the ambush. Your PCI gets a little bit bigger. If the slider is hung right in the middle, your PCI is the biggest. No ambush, your PCI will be affected.
But in order to reduce your swing and misses, or I don't know what I was gonna say.
No, you're good. What I'm seeing here, and I'm seeing a lot of chatter to kind of summarize what you're kind of getting at. You have the most opportune.
Oh no, they're folded under
situation
pressure
in the
right now.
middle here.
They're folded
You have
under
max
pressure
contact,
right
max
now.
vision. This is a hanging breaking ball over the
Oh
middle.
no!
Then you go to the left. the
Oh
green,
no, they
you
don't know
have
what they're
slightly
saying. Oh, no.
smaller vision in the PCI
Oh, man.
because, as you can see, it's a slider.
The problem with this, right? It was a huge problem because the slider is the only pitch that does that to your PCI. The changeup doesn't do that. The slurve doesn't really do that. Sometimes it does. The slider is the only pitch that majority affects your PCI on the higher difficulties from what I've seen.
And it also shows you how you can combat those things, right? So if I'm going to complain that somebody's spamming me sliders away and I continually swing and miss, well, make an adjustment. That's what a real life coach would tell a real life player. Or, you know, in real life, if I want to move, if someone's throwing me away all the time, I can physically move closer to the plate. Well, how can you do that in MLB The Show 26? You use ambush.
So yeah, you just heard SDS themselves telling us to adjust to it and to try to make us use ambush hitting more. I'll be honest, ambush hitting kind of throws me off of my approach, so I don't like to use that. Sure, it's good to get your PCI expanded a little bit in an at bat, but like at what cost? Because if I just miss it, I'm gonna be on top of it or under it just because I decided to take ambush into a factor of my approach. I just want to hit the ball the way it's intended to. It's never going to be intended to, I'm not gonna lie. That's just flat out ridiculous that they basically kind of just like doubled down on us, and it just felt like hypocritical that they were listening to our feedback and they just decided to put out that graphic right after they stated that. Kind of didn't like the passive aggressiveness that I felt. The Twitch chat was definitely not happy whatsoever. Generally, nobody was really happy when they said that and when they showed the shrinkage. I'm not happy about them taking out the lineup. What in the flat out hell? Why would they do that? Why? I don't know why. Oh man, so I mean, to take away from all this, I mean, until something actually changes, this is gonna be like MLB 26 is not gonna have a warm welcome on release night. Once people start to play ranked a lot, by like the third day, the second day, probably like within the first 3 hours, we're gonna have like a clip on Twitter of just like some BS probably happening. It's literally just the content pulling its weight. It's just saying it is what it is with the gameplay. We don't want it to be in that current form. We don't want the gameplay to be like this. And I feel like they kind of doubled down once they acknowledged like shrinkage is a huge problem, and they just told us to like suck it up and adjust to it. Even Meeks made a good point. Even though the PCI is basically like the eye of the player, your PCI is also like where you're gonna put your bat to ball.
My bat shrinks IRL when I see us. Exactly. Bats don't. Hey, when we've all played baseball in our life. Here. I got baseball bats behind me. Here. Well, let me do a test here for fucking SDS. Which bat do I want to use? We use this one. Hey, Chad. When I swing the bat, my bat doesn't shrink. It's still the same size, right? It's still the same size. You guys see it, right? You guys see it. It's still, I swing the bat. It's still the same size. It doesn't change. The bat's, okay, so if I hold my bat like this, it doesn't change. If I twist it this way, guess what? The fucking bat doesn't change. They've lost touch with the community over the last 4 years, I would say.
But yeah, shout out to Meeks for that. But I mean, yeah, we're gonna see what happens within a month. But yeah, that's basically all I got. So yeah.